Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. Excuse me, got something stuck in my throat already. That was a good start, wasn't it? Today's episode, we are going to select our three tram lines, the maroon, the carmine and the alizarin, and we're going to shut them down. And you'll see why momentarily. Basically, it's time to jig things up a little bit here. I've been wanting to rebuild the hub for a little while now because, as I'm sure you've noticed, things haven't exactly been running smoothly. In that, you know, we've got trams queued up all over the place, causing lots and lots and lots of problems. So, my solution is to take the tram line here, underground, along this stretch here, and then back out, excuse me, from underground again here. And then, in this underground section, is it going to go underground? Hang on. Let me just reassess a second. We could just have it turn off. Let me think about this actually, because having it turn off is not such a bad idea. Not such a bad idea. And then have it come across here into the metro area. And then, no, actually no. No, I think underground will work. I think underground will work. Let's do a test and see just how severe this slope will be. So it'll be something like this. I love how it now says there's no space to build. Is there something else under there or something? Ah, there is. Okay. That's easy to fix. I say that. It is easy to fix, I suppose. We go up and over instead. Just gonna have to do it quickly. Like so. And then pop that wire back in. Like that. And like that. There we go. Now I should be able to do it. Let's just check over here as well, make sure there's no... Yeah, there's another under tunnel there. So we'll fix this one quickly as well. The other thing I wanted to do is actually see where exactly the pathways are going to come out from. I think out like that and like that, maybe. It gives a better link with the metro as well, so that could work. Yeah, let's do this then. I have some other stuff that I wanted to show you in this episode as well, and we should have time for that. All the way along like that, and then out again like that. There we go. Looking pretty cool. Alright, let's just check the steepness of the slope. Oh, that's quite nice and gentle actually. That looks pretty cool. Okay. Now the final thing we have to do is move the stops. So under here now we have a new tram hub. Where is it? under there somewhere. Yeah, that could be problematic. In fact, tell you what we'll do. Is we'll move that over to here. We'll go. Okay, that's really not going to work. Bad idea. Something like this. Whoops. And then... see, that's not even. Although that ends up working. In fairness, that does end up working. So that's now like that. And then somewhere under here, you could do one like that. Or we could link it like that. Or... no, it won't work. Or we can go in like this. So I think that... oh, that works actually. That one works, that's pretty cool. If I can get this exactly in the middle. That works quite nicely. It's a bit steep, but it works. Can we see hordes of people walking out of there? I think that's a little too steep. In fairness, I think it's just a tiny bit too steep. Let's delete that junction. Just need a quick way to get people from the metro to the tram. That could work. Like that. Or more like that. And then if I do the same on this side, that's kind of cool. And I can get my sodding mouse to work. I'll show you guys what this looks like. Again, it's a bit steep, but it's a lot shallower than it was. So we can stick with that. Whoops. So yeah, that's that. And it gives us options as well for moving tram lines into here, which I hadn't even considered. That could end up working out very nicely. Right, let's put the lines back in. Like so. And then if I come back under here and do that loop like that. It's a bit strange there and there, but on this section that's actually quite smooth. So that could work. And even with the steep slope, I reckon I reckon we can make something work here. Right, last thing to do is to replace the metro stations. Do TP chips first. If I can find the symbol, there it is. And this one is there. And then the same on this side, so there's one there, on there, one there, and the last one which I don't even think needs doing, but we'll do it anyway. There. Now we'll go back and replace them again. So there's that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then we also have this one, this one, this one, and where is it? That one. So there we go. That's that all nicely done. One thing I've noticed is we have a lot of trains gathered at this one spot. Let's try and find out why that is, shall we? We're meant to have a train running every hour. And we do. Apart from weekends and at night, where it's every 2 hours. So I don't really know why we have a huge cluster of trains appearing. Let's shut all these lines and start again and see if that helps. There we go. Right. Next thing to do is to put in the tram stops. Damn it, come on. Like so. So we're going to have the expensive type. One there, one there, and then one there and one directly opposite. Now we go into, let's do the maroon line first, whilst I remember where that goes. We go into stops and we get rid of the lot. All the way down, gone. And we start again. So, it runs from this depot here via this stop, and then that stop into this new tunnel out here for the stop there, and then here over the bridge, stop, 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 so on and so forth, all the way down to the end here, and then back along the exact same route. Now this should help with congestion into and out of the hub, because now trams can just run straight in, stop, unload, reload, and then straight out again. Might be a bit of waiting here with traffic lights. It might even be a little bit of waiting on these two junctions here where if there's other trams moving along. But apart from that, we should have fixed the problem. And fixed it well too, because that was a real issue we had going on. Right, we've done that one. Let's reopen the line. Nicely done. Okay, so that's now running again. Let's do the alizarin line next, since we're right here. Be good to get this one running again. It's annoying that we have to delete all the stops just to add 3 new ones in the middle, but has to be done, unfortunately. All the way down to the bottom like so. Right, depot, one there. Actually, do you know what? Whilst we're here, I'm going to delete these 2 stops. Like so. So the end of the line now is going to be this little staggered section here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I was getting fed up of vehicles queuing here, which was then stopping trams from reaching their last stop. So now we should obliterate that problem. And we got kind of a mix with the monorail going on here as well. Right, so we come all the way along this avenue. to here where we meet up with the maroon line. We go underground, but instead of stopping at this stop here, we're going to go to the underground stop. Come out from underground, meet up here, over the bridge. I can't remember if I showed you guys this actually. I rebuilt these two avenues, because this used to be the avenue, and then I had the crescent moon shaped bridge. I deleted the crescent shaped moon bridge, replaced it with this single path, and then built these two avenue bridges here to help with traffic flow. And actually, I don't know whether it's because they found a quicker way to go now or what, but the traffic has just completely disappeared. So I guess you could say that the method worked, I suppose. Right, so the tram keeps heading south, heads into the city south, and then starts running east along this little bit here. Nearly, oops, had a little glitchy thing there. Nearly there. Just wake my laptop up again because it was falling asleep. There we go. Terminate and then head back. This should help with the flow of people to and from the metro as well. Now they've kind of got like a go-between, because at the moment they get off the metro and they've got to walk about half a mile before they get to the rest of the hub. And I can imagine that is... It's kind of like any of you who take the train to King's Cross, and then you want to get on, let's say, the Hammersmith and City line at King's Cross. You have to walk virtually the entire distance to where you actually want to go, just to get onto the Hammersmith and City line, which, you know, in some ways, I don't even think you're in King's Cross anymore by the time you get on the train. It's ridiculous the length you have to go. And it's kind of the same here. You get off the metro at the hub, and you know it's the hub because you're told it's the hub, and then you have to walk 3 or 4 streets to get on a bus or a tram. Whereas at least it doesn't reduce the distance to the bus or the trolley, but at least to the tram it reduces the distance, and there's lots and lots of people who get off the metro and get on the tram. So to make that distance less, at least we're accomplishing something there. Right, back to the hub. Underground there. Back out from underground, stop. Stop. And then back along the alizarin branch. The northern alizarin branch anyway. And then final stop here, and then back to depot. Bravo! Reopen that line. Right. We seem to have 2 leaving at the same time. That might be to do with my timetabling not being right. And knowing me, it probably is due to the fact that my timetabling isn't right. We'll fix that some other time, I think. We'll go back, we'll probably do a whole episode devoted solely to timetabling. Wow, that metro stop's busy. I hadn't realised how busy that metro stop was. Both of them. Both directions. It must be because it joins the monorail there. That must be the reason. But that is very, very popular indeed. Right. We only have one tram line left to do, and that is the Carmine line. Which branches off from here. This is something else I've rebuilt, by the way, this little S-bend here. We used to have a road that curved off around there. You could sort of see where it used to be. Replace that with this S-bended avenue, just to try and alleviate tram flow a little bit more. You can see this new suburb we built is coming along very, very nicely indeed. I'm very, very pleased with how well this has ended up being. Right, Carmine line. Again, same old, same old. Take all of these off. And again, same trick like before. We're going to remove these last 2 stops. That one and that one. We're going to have the line start like this. There we go. So it's going to go depot, and then this stop here, and then follow the road round. Once I've finished doing this line, I will show you guys the new tweaks I've been doing to the city as well, so you get an idea for what exactly has been going on, because I've left this game running for quite some time whilst not actually playing on it. I've sort of, mainly to raise funds for this episode, but I've just left it running, come back a couple of times to do a progress update and things like that, and you know, it's turned out pretty well, as you can see. But I've made a few changes as well to the infrastructure of the city, and I'll be showing you guys that, like I said, just when I finish doing this. Right, Carmine keeps heading south, and then here it branches off. Then goes through the slinked S-bend section there, and then into depot, back along this way, hopefully picking up more and more passengers as it goes. That's quite popular, that stop. And that stop. Maroon Line seems to be very popular now. And I kind of predicted it at the time that I built it, didn't I? I said, because it's the main trunk route from the North Island to well, I suppose it's the Central Island, but the South Island, it'll be quite popular, and sure enough, that does indeed seem to be the case. Right, nearly done. Just got a few more stops here, follow the semicircle round. And it's kind of apt that we finish at this side of the city, City West, because it's over here where I've been doing a lot of building work. Right, last stop. Back to depot. Turn that, switch that. Bang. Done. Right, so yes, I've been doing some building work. And it's all to do with expanding the city. Remember, we said we're going to end up with buildings in this section here, and all of this section here, and this little bit here, and all of this bit, and all the way up along here. Well, I've started to do this bit, and you can see this isn't nowhere near completed. This road here, this avenue, is going to carry on running what's this way, west, and then it's going to go up into these hills, loop round, and then somewhere, in fact, I might even keep going around this bit, and then join up, maybe over here, and then run along this way. And then there'll be another Metrolink line, something like that. What else was I going to do? Oh yeah, this trolley line, it's very, very successful, but because it has to share vehicles with the other trolley line, we end up with a lot of vehicles that aren't exactly in a good physical condition. So again, a solution to that, one of two solutions. We can either turn this into a single track bus lane, and that into a single track, well, this one into a single track bus lane, and then have just the trolley loop around like that, or we can leave it as is, but build a new trolley depot over here and have its own designated trolley service. And I think that one is the idea I'm going to go for. So we're going to delete that line completely, that violet line. That should say not assigned to any line, and it does. We're going to rebuild, I say rebuild, we're going to build a depot. It's probably going to be a large one. In fact, the first thing we're going to do is build a spur road coming off like that. Now we're going to build a depot there. Alright, so this one is now MCH trolley 1. This one is MCH trolley 2. Okay, MCH trolley 1, we're going to give it some new vehicles. It doesn't need as many vehicles as it's got, so we can use the money from selling some of these in order to finance the new ones. And I think what we're going to give it is either this one, which I think we already had actually, so we might not go for that one. This one maybe? The Sternberger Aquinos could work. Let's see, look, we'll give it 30 to start with. And if that isn't enough, we'll change it. And this depot, we're going to give them 20 of these. We could just about afford that. Like so. Right, now we're going to go to create new line. And I'm going to have a look at this section, where is it? Here. Because it emerges from the tunnel. And I'm not 100% happy with where the wire actually goes. I think this could be a bit different. I'm trying to think how, but I just have this feeling it could be different. It's just this little bit here. It goes straight across, and it is an intersection here which I'm not keen on. I don't know, maybe it's just this bit I'm not keen on, because it has to loop all the way up and round like that, and then even up here and round like that, just to get back into the depot. Whereas I don't think that's actually that necessary. I think we could go for this shortcut here, like I said. Have this as a one-track bus. Let's just leave it as it is. Right, this is going to be the violet line. We're going to timetable it same as the cobalt line. Right, I'm going to take a look at this actually, because the morning rush starts at... Sorry, the morning rush ends at 9:30. So I think having this at 10:30 would work, and then the evening rush starts at 17:30. To have this at 16:30, like so. I think that would be a good way of doing this. You might see why in a second. Right. Doy. Need to wire it. God, I'm stupid sometimes. Right. Why has that got two wires on it? Delete that wire. I think it was when I was building the or rebuilding the hub, when I took the trams out. I think that's where that comes from. Let's do that, and then let's do that. Right, this should now work. There we go. And then from here, it runs into this tunnel, which then turns into this bridge, which I can't remember if I'd already show you guys or not. If I haven't, there it is. Then runs to here, and then to here, and then to there, and then there should be one more. Yep, there it is. Emerges, goes to new hub here. Again, I want to change this. I know how to, it's just a case of doing it. Draw that straight across like that. Wires. There, 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 and wait. There, and then there. Then I can get rid of that wire. And where is it? Change that a second. That should now, sort of has, should fix itself. There we go. Right. And then from here, yep, previous stop same as last one, blah blah blah. Under there to here and here. I will try and find a way to edit that, because look at that, it's just stupidly long, ridiculously long, and it wastes energy. Really, it wastes energy, it wastes vehicles condition. It's all just a big waste. So as soon as I have the opportunity to change that, I will do. Wow, this depot is busy, and that entrance road is busy as well. Ah, need to do that. Yeah, it's a bit crooked. That'll do. I suppose the better thing to do would be to turn that round like that, but I can't be bothered to do that, so there we go, guys. Right, how are the trams doing? Popular stop, popular stop. These ones not so, but that was to be expected. I still think it's a little too steep, these two slopes, but what is important is you can see these crowds of people, they are walking down these slopes, and that is fundamentally important. They're actually using this as a pathway as well, which is kind of cool, but it's fundamentally important that they are walking to and from this tram stop. And in fact, the last thing I can do in this episode is ceremoniously remove the old tram stops, and that should end the horrible, horrible, horrible congestion we've been having in the hub for however long. At least the tram section is done, and I kind of like that actually, the way it goes underneath and then comes under here. Again, it reminds me of Manchester, and I probably should stop comparing my city to Manchester, but it does remind me of Manchester. One last thing I want to show you guys before I end this episode. We currently have Prospector Royal L trams running across our city. I downloaded the European vehicles thing, and I can't remember what it's called, DLC, that's right. And we have these new trams here, like the City 26. Now, I don't think they're actually bigger than the vehicles we've already got. The Prospector seems to be the largest vehicle on the game. But in terms of choice, we now have quite a few more choices. So we've got the City 26 tram, which is brand new. We've got, I think it's 2 new buses, and I think it's 1 or 2 new metro trains. So over the next few episodes, when we're expanding the city and the city's transport network, we'll be looking at building new lines, getting new depots and new vehicles in. So we'll be able to test those out and do like a mini review and see which ones we prefer. That's what I like to see, that tram running full. In fact, is that a... That's a Scandi Tram Master. What's that doing on the Alizarin line? Must change that. Unless I just... Oh, I think I might have just bought random lots, so that's fine. Okay guys, right, yes. I keep saying I'll end this episode, so it's time that I did that right now. Thank you very much guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.